Hi, everybody. Yesterday, we started reading Aladdin and the Wonderful Lamp. We read part 1, and today we are going to be reading part 2. Before you read part 2, I want to make sure you really understand and comprehended all the information that we learned in part 1. So you can either reread or you can read along with me now. So I'm going to be reading part 1, which is pages 152 to 165 of Aladdin and the Wonderful Lamp. Many years ago in Persia, there lived a poor widow and her son, Aladdin, a boy who liked to do nothing but play all day long. One day, as Aladdin was playing in the streets, a man stopped and spoke to him. "Are you not the son of Mustafa, the tailor?" asked the stranger. "I am, sir," replied Aladdin, "but he died long ago." Then the stranger, who was a powerful magician, embraced Aladdin and cried, "My dear boy, I am your uncle. I knew you from your likeness to my brother. Run quickly and tell your mother that I am coming." Aladdin ran home as fast as he could to tell the news. His mother was amazed. "Indeed, child," she said, "your father had a brother, but I thought he had been dead for years." While she prepared supper, Aladdin went to get his uncle, who came laden with food. As soon as he had greeted Aladdin's mother, the man bowed to the place where Mustafa used to sit. "Do not be surprised that I have not come before," he said. "I have traveled far and wide and have been out of the country for many years." When he heard that Aladdin had not yet learned a trade, he said that he would buy a shop for the boy and stock it with goods. "You shall become a rich merchant," he said. The next day, he bought Aladdin a new suit of clothes and took him all over the city, where there were many wonderful things to see. And at nightfall, they came home, and Aladdin's mother was overjoyed to see her son looking so fine. The stranger was so good to them that she was now sure he must indeed be the brother of Mustafa. "I do not know how to thank you enough for all your kindness," she said. "May you live many happy years." Early the next morning, the man said to Aladdin, "Come, my boy, I will show you some fine things today." He led Aladdin to a beautiful garden outside the city gates. After they had eaten and rested there, they traveled onward until they were a long, long way from the city. Aladdin became so tired that he begged to go back, but the man told him pleasant stories and led him on and on. At last, they came to a narrow valley between two mountains. "We will go no farther," said the man. "I am now going to show you a sight such as no man ever saw. If you wish to see this sight, you must do as you are told. First, gather some dry sticks." Aladdin quickly brought the sticks, and the magician started a fire. Then he threw a powder on the flames and mumbled strange words that Aladdin could not understand. At once, thick clouds of smoke arose, the earth beneath their feet trembled, and they heard a rumbling sound like thunder. Then the ground opened in front of them. There lay a large, flat stone with a brass ring in the center. Aladdin started to run away in great fright, but the magician caught him and gave him a blow that knocked him down. "What have I done, uncle?" cried Aladdin. Then the man spoke kindly, saying, "Fear nothing, but obey me. Beneath this stone lies a treasure, which is to be yours. No one else may touch it. If you wish to get it, you must be brave and do just as I tell you. Grasp that brass ring with your right hand. Speak the names of your father and grandfather and pull." Aladdin did as he was told. The stone came up as if by magic. Beneath it were steps leading into the ground. "Now," said the magician, "go down these steps and you will come to 3 long halls. Pass through them without stopping. Be careful not to touch anything, for if you do, you will surely die. Then go straight till you come to a garden of fruit trees. You may pick some of this fruit if you wish. Then walk on till you find a lighted lamp. Pour out the oil and bring the lamp to me." He drew a ring from his finger and gave it to Aladdin, saying, "Go down boldly, child, and do as I tell you. We shall then be rich all the rest of our lives." Aladdin sprang quickly down the steps. He found everything just as the magician had said. He passed through the halls and the garden of beautiful trees. Without stopping and without touching anything, he went on until he found the lighted lamp. When he had poured out the oil and placed the lamp inside his coat, he began to look about him. Upon the trees were fruits of every color. Some were as clear as crystal, and others were red, green, blue, or purple. All sparkled in the light, for they were really precious gems. Aladdin filled his pockets and then returned to the mouth of the cave. The magician was kneeling at the top of the steps when Aladdin began to climb them. "Hurry!" he cried. "Give me the lamp!" He reached out to take the lamp, and at the same instant he threw some powder into the fire and muttered the strange words once more. Aladdin stopped for a moment, for he could not get the lamp from the folds of his coat. "You'll have to wait till I'm out of the cave," he said. "I can't give it to you just now." "You must," cried the magician. "Hand the lamp to me at once." "I will when I'm out of the cave," replied Aladdin. But at that instant the stone slipped back into its place. The earth closed over it, and Aladdin was left in the darkness. The magician screamed in rage. He had spoken the magic words too soon. Now, you must know that this magician was not Aladdin's uncle. He was a cruel man who had read in his books about a wonderful lamp that would make him the most powerful man in the world. He knew where to find the lamp, but the book said that it must be placed in his hands by someone else. So he had pretended to be Aladdin's uncle in order to get the boy to help him. He had planned to get the lamp and shut Aladdin in the cave. But he spoke the magic words too soon, and so put an end to his hopes. But poor Aladdin! He was left alone in the dark cave under the ground. He was frightened nearly to death. For 2 long days and nights he sat in the cave, weeping bitterly. By the 3rd day he was nearly starved. He clasped his hands in prayer, and as he did so, he rubbed the ring that the magician had given him. In an instant, a huge and frightful genie appeared before him. "What is it thy will, master?" asked the genie. "I am the genie of the ring, and will obey thee in all things." At any other time, Aladdin might have been too frightened to speak, but now he replied boldly, "Whoever you are, if you are able, take me out of this place." No sooner had he spoken than the earth opened, and he was once more above ground. He set off rapidly toward home, very grateful for his escape. When he reached home, Aladdin emptied his pockets and sat on the table. "Where did you get such strange fruit and such a curious old lamp?" asked his mother. "I will tell you all about it," said her son, "but first I must have something to eat." "Alas," cried his mother, "I have neither food nor money to buy any." Here is the genie of the ring. "Then I will sell the lamp," said Aladdin. "At least let me polish it," said his mother. "You will get more for it." As soon as she began to rub it, a great genie appeared and said, "I am the genie of the lamp. I will serve the one who holds it. What is it thy will?" Aladdin's mother was so frightened that she dropped the lamp. Aladdin snatched it and spoke, "I am hungry. Bring us something to eat." As Aladdin spoke, the genie disappeared. In a moment he returned with a silver bowl, 12 silver dishes, heaped with delicious food, and 2 silver cups. He placed them on the table and vanished. "Aha," said Aladdin, "no wonder my uncle wanted to have this lamp. It can bring me whatever I wish." As they ate, Aladdin told his mother all that had happened in the cave. She begged him to sell the lamp and have nothing to do with the genie. "No," said Aladdin. "Since we have learned what it can do, we will use the lamp and also the ring, which I will always wear on my finger." The food that the genie had brought lasted a week. When it was gone, Aladdin sold one of the silver plates. And from day to day, as they needed food, he sold the rest of the silver. When he had nothing more to sell, Aladdin rubbed the lamp again. The genie appeared as before and brought another set of silver dishes heaped with food. Thus, Aladdin and his mother were able to live in comfort for many years. All right, so that sounds like that could be the end of our story, right? They're living in comfort. But that's not the end. So that's where we stop for part 1. Now today you're going to be reading part 2. So let's see if they really lived in comfort for the rest of their years. Alrighty, friends, I will see you soon. I hope you're enjoying the story.